Guys, today I was a Barcelona fan. Look at me. I'm wearing a Barcelona jersey as a Madrid fan. Watching this game. I don't know why, but I wanted Barcelona to really win it. Especially after seeing all this hype by Lamine Yamal. Barca players believe. Photos with the glasses and the headphones. They did everything. Changed their profile picture to LeBron James. We're gonna come back. It's gonna happen. Slim chance. Oh my goodness. There is a lot to talk about this game. I don't know what happened to Barcelona. You know, we always make fun of Arsenal for bottling the league and all. But they completely bottled this game. What a start they had. To be honest with you, I didn't have the cable for the Barcelona match. I only had the cable for the PSG and Liverpool match. So I had to go through some illegal websites in order to get the match up. By the time I got the match up, it was 10 minutes into the game. As soon as I got the match up, boom, Lamine Yamal, goal. I was like, bro, this game is on. Lamine Yamal is on fire. He has scored. I mean, the comeback is truly on. I was a little scared. Lamine Yamal, after that goal, he was feeling it. He was feeling the comeback. I mean, the things he did when he scored that first goal are just so funny to watch now because they've lost the game. But Lamine Yamal scored the first goal. He's on top of the world. He's like, yes, the comeback is on. Atletico Madrid did feel the pressure early on into the game. Barcelona players applying pressure, not letting them get the possession of the ball, pushing on every ball, trying to make chances. And it did work. It did work for them. It was working beautifully until it was working so beautiful. Shortly after they scored another goal, and by none other than Ferran Torres. One of the most unexpected guy, has the most unexpected timing, unexpected form. Bro was playing so good. What a finish, to be honest. You don't expect that from Ferran, especially from a guy who's being made fun of from time and time again for missing open chances like Darwin Núñez. Suddenly starts to play so good. Scores an amazing goal, totally composed, assisted by Yamal, I think, and they were on top of this world. No, the comeback is on. Early on into the game, we have tied the game, and bro, it's done. The comeback story is going to be the first thing we're going to post when we win this game. Lamine Yamal is on top of this world. But a couple of things you have to learn. To pull off comebacks like this, first you have to finish. Then the comeback is complete. You don't celebrate way too quickly. That's exactly what my boy Lamine Yamal did. He got cocky a little bit too soon. Barcelona is 2-0 up at the very beginning of the game. Lamine Yamal starts to get a little too confident. The ball goes for a corner. People are waiting for them to take the corner as some stuff is going on into the middle. Lamine Yamal is sitting on the ball, aura farming like he's done something insane. 2 goals already in. Comeback is loading. Bro is confident and he's posing for the pictures already at the corner line. Sitting on the ball, aura farming just and looking cool and majestic. I'm sure we're gonna get memes about it. Bro was really aura farming after those first 2 goals. Guys, like I said, I am supporting Barcelona in this game. I don't like that guy Simeone. I dislike Barcelona, but I see them as rivals. They are not our enemy, they are our rival. But Atletico Madrid, I consider them as our enemy. I don't like the way Atletico Madrid plays. You can see after the Atletico Madrid conceded that first goal, you can already see the haram ball coming into play. Bro doesn't give a shit. 6-player line on defense, every single man playing at defense. When you play against them, you literally want to kill them. Barcelona back in those days, they had Messi, and when he got a little way too pissed off with Atletico Madrid, he would just take the ball and drive. But Lamine Yamal in this game, bro is an amazing talent, don't get me live, but Lamine Yamal was completely put down by Atletico Madrid in this game. He couldn't even perform a magical moment after he scored that first goal and assist. It was all downhill for Lamine Yamal and Barcelona from there. Not long after Atletico Madrid get on the break, scores a goal, I celebrate like crazy. You know why, guys, I was celebrating? I wanted to hate on Barcelona. Barcelona. I wanted to feel that hate for them to lose because they were winning the game in the beginning. I was like, they got this. They scored the first 2 goals. I'm gonna support Atletico Madrid a little bit. They're losing and it's a little bit more fun to support the underdog in the game. But little did I know that Barcelona had the Arsenal tendency to bottle leads in the beginning. Atletico Madrid scores and first half and second half begins. Guys, you know what separates a Champions League winning team with the current Barcelona team is the ability to perform in big games. You know, when you're playing in a league, you always have another game to rely on to improve. You always get another chance. It's always at the very end of the league that the more decisive matches come into play, and it's very rare that one match decides your league winning moment. We have moments like that and it has happened before and it is great, but it is far less than in Champions League. That is why it is the best competition in the world, and that is why this is where the best teams are tested. I know by now Barcelona fans are also frustrated after seeing their team lose in the Champions League for the last decade, and now 1 year over the decade. Every single year they sit down this exact position in the quarterfinals, in the semi-finals, and just grab their head in anger. Some are appreciating the losses even. They're saying like, we played well but we lost. Oh no. At least they played well. But the people who have been suffering this for the last decade, it cannot be easy, and something has to change for their club. You've seen this entire game, all the big players that they have, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, every single one of them that they glaze all year round. Even they are admitting right now that they couldn't perform when the team needed them to perform. Pedri in this game was suboptimal. I like Pedri, to be honest. I think he's a phenomenal player. In big games, big players perform. Like Kylian Mbappe, he steps up in big games. You can tell big game player when he performs in big games. They have a different type of temperament. They have a different type of play style. Whenever more pressure games present itself, they are in their best version by instinct. That's how they operate. Even if they have a crappy season, they can perform in big games. And Barcelona did have one guy at the team at the moment who was feeling good and who was their last hope for winning this game, which was unexpectedly Ferran Torres. Bro was having a phenomenal game. He scored another goal which was offside. Beautiful finish. First time, hit it, top pins, top right, offside. But still an amazing finish. His touches were on point. Every touch he took had purpose, had clarity, you know, the way the striker's touches should be. The Atletico Madrid defense did well there, but Ferran Torres was still on point. He had the finish at very early on into the game. He had an offside beautiful finish, and he was at the end of the chances that were being created. Very less chances were created by Barcelona. That is their heading. And obviously, you can't create many chances when there's peak handball being played by Atletico Madrid. All the team is at defense. You're gonna get limited chances, and it's best that you score them because you're not gonna get many. I think downfall moment for Barcelona started when they benched Ferran Torres. That is the biggest mistake they could have ever made in this game. Big games like this, always bank on the player that you think is playing good. You have to bank on him because the players that are about to come, you don't know how they're going to play. Lewandowski was at substitute. We all know he was going to play, but benching Ferran Torres, I don't think that was the right move, and I think that move cost them this match. You could have put hopes on that player. You could have trusted him. This one game, you could have trusted the form he was having, but sadly, he was substitute substituted, and there the downfall began. No, I think the biggest downfall moment of the entire game was obviously the red card. Another red card, can you believe it? First, there was Kubarsi. Now this guy, I can't remember his name. You all can cry about the referee gave that red. That will still not win you that match. Right after they had that red card, it was like the team has lost hope. Lamine Yamal, after that red card, I thought he had lost hope because boy was invisible after that red card. I thought he had given up at that moment. He was like, what now? It's over. I will give him the benefit of the doubt, especially because he is not playing for Real Madrid, and I don't get anything for criticizing him, and he is obviously way too young to have that mentality right now. People expect from him, but still, you don't just give up after you see your team in a very difficult position. If you want to pull off the greatest comeback in history, you have to believe till the very last moment. You will be surprised how far belief can take you in a game, because we've all seen it before, and Barcelona may have the greatest comeback in Champions League history when Neymar absolutely turned it on versus PSG back in those days. That was the kind of belief that Lamine Yamal needed in this game. Believe until the very last moment. Barcelona could have given up in that game after Edinson Cavani scored that goal, and at that time there was an away goal rule as well, so in order to win that game they had to score 2 more goals to counteract the away goal rule. Comes the big game mentality by Neymar. Bro didn't give up the entire game. He believed until the very last kick of the game, where he crossed that ball to Sergio Roberto and they scored and pulled off the most amazing comeback in Champions League history. I'm admitting this as a Real Madrid fan, by the way. We have seen ourselves some amazing comebacks, and we have pulled off the most amazing comebacks in Champions League history ourselves, coming back from 1%, but still that was kind of impossible what Barca did back in those days, coming back from like 4 goals down. That's insane. Lamine Yamal had lost hope. He was invisible. He was unable to finish those dribbles that he does. He was being cut down, 3-4 defenders on him. Atletico Madrid knew exactly how to deal with Yamal in this one game. They surely did so. Barcelona, oh Barcelona, they had their last desperate substitution. Araujo, center back by the way, comes into the game at the very last stages as a striker. Araujo, he's a center back. He's playing striker. Comes in at the 88th minute, just stands outside in the box with Lewandowski, and the entire team plan for Barcelona was to feed crosses to Araujo to score the equalizer. This is where you have to clutch up. The team is banking on one player to score the winner. A center back, and most of the most unorthodox things happening. Center back playing as a striker. Lewandowski was like sort of a dummy and side character for Araujo to score the winner. He was a tall guy. A lot was expected from him. People were feeding him in crosses left and right. From left, Marcus Rashford was feeding in cross. From the right, Lamine Yamal didn't have the chance to feed the crosses in. He was just all over the place. He couldn't finish those dribbles and get the crosses in like he used to. So on the right, Pedri was feeding in the cross. Some other players were feeding in the cross. And then finally, one moment, cross comes in. Araujo at the end of it. That was the only opportunity for Barcelona to have equalized this game. Entire team banking on him. Araujo missed. I knew there and then that was the moment, and they're not gonna get another moment after that. He could have finished on those chances. In these types of games, you don't get many chances. You've got to finish it. You've got to clutch up. Sadly, it didn't. It happens. This is football. But obviously for Barcelona fans, they will be more devastated by that, and they'll be more angry with Araujo. I'm not that angry. I'm not a Barcelona fan. I was just like, it happens, it's football. But you all know that was the moment you guys could have come back. I still think you guys would have lost even if Araujo scored that. You were 10 men down. Maybe you could have gained momentum after that goal. You could have gained belief back. Lamine Yamal could have gained his confidence back and done something good. But sadly, you did it. A bloody game this was. Both sides got bloody. Barcelona player, a lot of you guys are claiming it should have been a penalty. I don't think so personally, because it was completely unintentional and accidental by the goalkeeper, but it's really nasty to see. I'm surprised bro still played majority of the game. I thought he was out. He was bleeding like crazy and blood was coming out of his mouth. I thought he had opened his face up. He completely went face first into the goalkeeper's shoes. Take an image of that. It was really nasty. Surprising of him, he played the game. I think he should have been subbed off because I don't think he was in his senses the entire game. He was just playing off of adrenaline. Barca didn't have enough players to even substitute him, so that's that. Barcelona got their revenge though. They took down an athletic player, his head blown up, bleeding. What a bloody game this was. Guys, I am really worried about tomorrow's game. Thankfully, we didn't say or talk too much, and I don't want to talk too much about tomorrow's game. I will say this though, I still believe. I don't want to say it because of what happened to Barcelona right now. Anything I will say right now can be used against me tomorrow. I will leave you with this. Any team is capable of coming back from a 2-1 loss in an away game to Real Madrid. See you all tomorrow.